Hey everybody, and welcome back to Lindsey's Little Library. So we're here today because it is Booklist Thursday. Booklist Thursday is something I do with Sarah over at Sarah's Nightstand. We come to you every Thursday with some sort of book, thoughts, ideas, recommendations, something bookish related. So today's theme is bought without reading the blurb. I am definitely guilty of picking up a book and not necessarily knowing exactly what it's about. So that's for sure. So I have 5 books off of my to be read pile, so I can't even really tell you if they're that great, that I bought without really even knowing what it's about. First one up, I don't need to explain why I bought this without really knowing what it's about. So this is Miss Morgan's book Brigade by Janet Skedsleen Charles. We have obvious historical fiction in my mind. There's books, it's a beautiful cover. A book about books is definitely coming home with me. So for you to know what this is, it's based on the true story of Jessie Carson, the American librarian who changed the literary landscape for France. I'm there for that. Multiple timelines. So we have 1918 during the Great War and then 1987. So the 1918 timeline follows Jessie Carson as she takes a leave of absence from the New York Public Library to work for the American Committee for Devastated France, founded by millionaire Anne Morgan. This is a group of women who helps rebuild devastated French communities just miles from the front line. Upon her arrival, Jessie strives to establish something the French have never seen: children's libraries. She turns ambulances into bookmobiles and trains the first French female librarians, and then she disappears. So then 1987, aspiring writer Wendy Peterson stumbles across a passing reference to Jessie Carson while working in the archives of the New York Public Library. She becomes consumed with learning about her fate. In her obsessive research, she discovers that she and the elusive librarian have more in common than their work at the New York's famed library, but she has no idea that their paths will converge in surprising ways across time. So definitely sounds like a Lindsey book, and I didn't even know it when I bought it. Let's see. Next 3 I picked up solely based on people just saying how much they loved them, either Instagram or BookTube or on TikTok, something like that. The first one is Murder in the Family by Kara Hunter. All I heard was that this was told with like the evidence that's given to you, and you kind of figure out from there what happens. So I think that's what it's about. We'll see. It's December 2003. Luke Ryder, the stepfather of acclaimed filmmaker Guy Howard, was found dead in the garden of their suburban family home. Guy was only a child and asleep upstairs at the time of the murder. His mother and 2 half-sisters were also in the house that night, but all swear they saw nothing. Despite a high-profile police investigation and endless media attention, no suspect was ever charged. 20 years later, the sensational new streaming series Infamous is dedicated to investigating and perhaps cracking cold cases. The production team will re-examine testimony, re-interview witnesses, and once again scour evidence. Family we speak, the key players will be reunited on camera and the truth will come out. Are you ready to see it? So it's divided up by episode, and you go through the evidence from there. So it sounds interesting, and again, I heard it was good. Next one I picked up was solely because I have read Janice Hallett before. I read The Appeal, and this is The Mysterious Case of the Alperton Angels. Didn't know anything about it when I purchased it. Come to find out, it is about the Alperton Angels is a cult who brainwashed a teenage girl into believing her baby was the Antichrist. When the girl came to her senses and called the police, the angels committed suicide and the mother and baby disappeared. Again, told in a very unique way, just like The Appeal was. So I was all about that before I even knew it was a cult book, and now I'm even more into it. I've also heard it's fantastic on audio. And then Ask for Andrea by Noelle Illy. This is actually one I'm picking up shortly. This is for my book club that we picked it, but didn't know anything about it other than it was a very ghostly book, and it definitely is. James Carson has gotten away with murder 3 times. The only thing that might stop him from killing him again are the 3 women that he murdered. He hunted them online, basically baited them, tricked them, and they all ended up in shallow graves. So James doesn't know that his three victims have now found each other and they're coming for him. They might be dead, but they're not gone, and they won't rest until they find a way to keep him from killing again. So can't wait for that. And then the last one I literally just got yesterday. This is Small and Mighty by Sharon McMahon. Sharon McMahon is, she has created almost an amazing GovNerds community on Instagram. She is behind the Sharon Says So page. She breaks down history and politics and comes from a very neutral place and a place of learning and discovery, and does so in such an amazing way and has built such a community there. And she wrote a book, and as soon as I found out she wrote a book, I just bought it. I didn't know what it was about, but apparently we are about 12 unsung Americans who changed the course of history from the founding to the civil rights movement. I opened it up a little bit yesterday, and the very beginning starts with Alexander Hamilton was going to die, and he knew it. Well, there's a way to like pull me in. So I'm here for it. I can't wait. I cannot wait to get through this. I might break it up. It's 12 different little stories. So do I I don't know how to attack it yet, but I'm excited for it. Didn't know what it was about till it basically landed on my doorstep. So those are my 5 books didn't really know what they were about before I even brought them into my house. We've all been there. Head over to Sarah's channel and see what she has for us today. Otherwise, if you've read any of these, comment below. Like, comment, subscribe, all that fun stuff, and I will see you next time. Bye.